News in the world of Valheim, let's go! This dev blog is chock full of sneak peeks and insights. First of all, release date. As I suspected, it won't be until early next year, and they specify the first half of the year. So probably not January, February. They share in a walk and talk video through the current ASHLANDS about how they try to stay true to the game by looking back at the progression from meadows to Black Forest, and the steps needed to conquer each biome. But they wanted to mix things up some with the mechanics in ASHLANDS, so that it's not too repetitive. But without making it a totally different game, this of course takes longer to do, but they think they're hitting the right balance. One of the ways they're doing this is with the new siege weapons, which we get another angle of the battering ram. Here's our first look at food coming our way with mashed meat. That looks fiery hot, don't burn your tongue. A pecan pie and spicy marmalade. Some of the ingredients will be these hardy plants that can survive the heat of the ASHLANDS. One is a fern and the other has a bulbous flower to harvest. I'm curious what mob this meat comes from, of course. Probably something equally gross as a seeker. Speaking of mobs, Robin confirms our suspicion that the Charred was based on the concept of the Terminator, but more of an undead concept throughout. Like the Terminator, these guys will steadily and relentlessly be walking toward us, which is creepy in itself. It'll be interesting to see how they counter the speed our characters have. It's cool to see them in motion, and the devs discuss how they work at balancing how much they show us versus keeping secret. They kept more secret in the Mistlands, and don't think that went so well. So they're giving us more sneaks with ASHLANDS, while making sure to keep certain things secret for the WTF factor. And of course, we're never going to get a look at the boss before we meet them. But they want to be a little more open in their communication with the community, especially since they have longer between their updates, and they hope that people appreciate that. Of course, there's always the case that as they go through their process, some things could change before release. Speaking of things changing, this almost got the fallen Valkyrie killed off permanently, but they think now they have her in a good place. I'm glad to hear that, because this particular mob, I think, is one of the most interesting that we've seen. The Bone Maw Serpent looks interesting in movement here for the first time. The movement is similar to the current serpent, and these things will be working to keep us from getting to the shores of the ASHLANDS, which, remember, with the new terrain population, will require a boat for you to get there. A closer look at how you can kit yourself out in the ASHLANDS to go after these mobs is this new armor and the double-handed axes we've seen in concept. Robin said that he didn't think the concept had been good enough, so he's gone full fantasy Viking. He definitely looks fierce. Make sure to like this video if you like getting the news on Valheim, and subscribe to keep up on all the latest insights. The link to Iron Gate's video is in the description below. Until next time, happy gaming!